So a little bit under a year ago, I did a video here in Windermere, and this was a couple months after we saw those interest rate spikes, but we were still kind of seeing the market react to that. So I want to come back here a year later and see what's changed, how that affected our market, if this is still a good place to call home, and what you really need to know before you move here in 2024 and beyond. Hey guys, this is Will with LPT Realty, and I'm back in one of my favorite communities here, Windermere, Florida. And we're really going to be talking about what's kind of changed with our market. In my last videos, I really talked about the location, why people love calling this place home. So I'm going to run through that again really quick. But if you want a little bit more in-depth detail, go check out those videos. But for those that are unaware, Windermere is about 20 to 30 minutes depending on your route and traffic from downtown Orlando. You're really living in the suburbs, you're a little bit pulled back from all the noise, and you really have your own kind of oasis here. Everything you need is going to be here. You have your gyms, your grocery stores, your shopping centers. Everything that you need to call this place home is going to be here for you in this community. But I think people really do like this community because if you want these grand, beautiful estates, there aren't too many places in Central Florida that you can get them, especially a lot of them like we have here. For those that don't know, Windermere actually has the most homes valued at $1 million here in Central Florida, whereas Winter Park has the most concentration. So between both areas, you're going to have your values hold pretty well because historically this has been an affluent area with the most expensive homes here in Central Florida. You're getting homes anywhere from about the 500s all the way up to $30 million is the highest home on our market right now. So you're really getting a beautiful plethora of homes, these grand estates and these beautiful gated communities. You have your exclusive communities like Islesworth or Lake Butler Sound that people really want to live in, and because they had this reputation of being these country club best communities you can really get in all of Central Florida. People are moving here, they're calling it home. They love the schools here, depending on whether you're in the town or unincorporated Orange County. You're gonna be zoned for Olympia or Windermere High School on the public side. We also have your private options like Windermere Prep, and you're not too far from Lake Highland Preparatory School or Trinity Prep as well. So the main point of this video was going to be the market, and really when you're doing the market here in Windermere, at least for me, you have to be very, very careful and kind of really understanding the whole picture because the numbers are a little bit different than a lot of the sub-markets here in Central Florida, and I'll explain that right now. So when we kind of did that last video, prices were about $850,000, and we saw that come down from the peak in May, which is about $950,000. So this is 2022. Once again, we sold $950,000 in May of 2022. When we did this video in December of 2022, we were looking at about $850,000. So we saw a really, really significant drop, which does happen in luxury markets. You know, when homes are priced more expensively, or it's an area where homes are just valued more, you're going to see that drop more significantly there in that luxury market before you really see it in the more affordable market where most buyers are. So you definitely saw that drop off. But since then, we've really kind of picked up, and I think I said that in my video, once we kind of saw how buyers would react to those interest rates, we would see how things would grow, and things have been growing since then. Home prices have stayed at the lowest, between $925,000 for a single family residential home on median, up into about $1 million. So we've seen a lot of growth all the way through. You have some back and forth, and that's primarily because you do have a lower amount of sales here. So that median's going to get affected a little bit more easily than you might have in other submarkets. So there's only 40 homes a month selling here versus 200 in another submarket. Windermere is going to be a bit more sensitive to those sales and how that affects price. It's very important to look at, but overall the area is still growing. You are seeing homes sell at about list price once again. There's a little bit wiggle room for buyers, but you're seeing most things really be balanced out, which I think is great because before things were really tilted in favor of the seller, but now things are a bit more balanced out because they're not selling above list price like they were during our COVID market. Now, once again, I know that median price did sound really high for single-family residential homes, but like I said, I was looking primarily in the city of Windermere when pulling up these stats. You're getting most of these homes here in the town, and not the unincorporated part of Orange County, which is a bit cheaper, and you're seeing a little bit more affordability. That's where I said you can find things north of that 500 range, but a lot of the homes here in the town is where you're going to get those higher-priced homes, especially one of these newer ones. If you're looking for these grand estates, if you're looking for waterfront homes, which is very popular here because of the Butler chain of lakes, you're going to be spending a pretty penny, and most of those are going to be into the 7 figures. Like I said, homes range all the way down from $500,000 all the way up to $30 million here in our market. So really know that if you are looking for certain things in your home, certain luxuries that you're not going to get in other places, you're going to have to pay for that. But once again, we are seeing that market be a bit more suitable towards buyers because there isn't as much competition as your lower price submarkets here in Central Florida. So one thing I really wanted to touch on in this video is the growth that we're getting here in Windermere and what type of growth that is. So on the residential side, if you're looking to get a brand new home in the town of Windermere, you're definitely going to be getting a vacant lot development, or you're going to be getting a tear down, and you're going to be getting these from custom builders. And these are going to be running your pretty penny. These are definitely going to be 7 figures and above, depending on where you're at, what kind of lot, what kind of home you really pick out. But beyond that, you're not really going to get a lot of those communities here that you get over in the unincorporated side. So here you might get builders like Element Homes that do small subdivisions, or even over on the lake, you have some smaller builders building little plots of land together, but you're really not going to get those grand big communities that you see in other areas of Central Florida or comparable to your Islesworths or Lake Butler Sounds. Here, if you want something like that, or you want a brand new community in general, you're gonna have to go over to the unincorporated side. One example that we recently have opening up now is the Palms of Windermere by Dreamfinders Homes. And these are priced a bit better because, once again, you're not in the town, you're on the unincorporated side, still within Windermere and Winter Garden and everything going on, but you're seeing a lot more affordable new prices than you're gonna get here in the town. And while residential development is awesome, it's also great to hear that we're still getting commercial development here in Windermere, because it shows they're trying to add stuff to improve people's lifestyle here. So we actually got final plans approved near the downtown area where we are now. And we're gonna need a 20,000 square foot office, retail, and restaurant space. So more fun work and play for people here in Windermere, which I think is absolutely awesome. And if you don't have everything you love here, you can also go right over to Winter Garden and get that too. So you're really in a great location to really enjoy where you live, be pulled away from the noise, still see all this growth, even in this high interest rate environment. So I think that this is an awesome place to still make an investment, call home, and really just enjoy the uniqueness that this area has to offer, getting this old town feel, getting that lakefront lifestyle, being near nature, and away from all the noise that Orlando has. I live in downtown Orlando, there's a lot of noise. So it's really good to be out here and kind of be secluded away from that. If you're looking to call Windermere or any other place in Central Florida home, I'd love to be your realtor of choice. I'm gonna leave my contact information down below, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time.